Good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday morning, YouTube family. It is a lazy day for me today. Pajamas and bonnet. And then I'm gonna watch some scary movies, watch some more scary movies when I get done doing my video. But I am bringing you Married at First Sight, and this is season 19, episode 6. And we're starting on day 8. So Rhonda and Pat, she brings her dogs and talking about how she has not shared a space normally, and their safe word is pineapple. So she ain't shared a space since the 1999 and the 2000s, and she was taking over in the 99 and the 2000. Okay, cash money style. Okay. So she brings her dogs. That was Run and Pat. Pineapple is the safe word. And this is Brittany and Will. And they are talking. And she says that it is her past insecurities that Will is not attracted to her. So she think Will not attracted to her. I don't see why she think that. But hey. It's her, okay? I think she's very, very pretty. So we get into Belinda and Chad, too many B's. Belinda and Chad, and they are unpacking, and Belinda is concerned about it being an issue with her dog sleeping in the bed. And Belinda, it is an issue, because dogs do not sleep in the bed. Dogs sleep on the floor or in their dog beds, okay? Okay. And getting to Megan and Derek. And she gets her dogs, and she reveals that the dog sleeps with her as well in that bed. I said, what's wrong with these people and these dogs sleeping in the bed? Why they can't be on the floor in their dog beds, okay? All right. And she is also picking time. She is also a ticking time bomb now. Derek, you better watch out. I already told you to run, but you didn't listen to me. I said, run, Derek. Did you listen? No, you didn't. She's a ticking time bomb. And then it's like, if he says the wrong thing, then she says, it ain't gonna go good. And she says that if he treats her dog like a stepchild, it is not going to work. I said, what now, girl? If he treat her child bad, aka like a stepchild, it ain't gonna work. I said, okay, Megan, all right. We going into the next morning now. Jalen is waking up and laughing for first thing in the morning. You know, her laugh is, whew. Jalen, that laugh, girl. That laugh. It's okay, though. As long as your man like it, okay? All right. And we get to Belinda and Chad, and the dog then starts to bark at Chad now. They at their shared apartment now, okay? And Jalen and Josh are at the spin class in her element. And I said, now you ain't gonna be taking girl Jalen out of her, comfort zone, because she at the spin class and you get to see how she do it. You get to see how she is on a daily basis, and she's in her element. And he was actually getting what the get and all that, and he really was getting it. And I'm like, okay, Josh, you ain't bad. You found another talent. Okay, I'm seeing that. And we get to Will and Brittany. And she says he is the first man to come in her home. And, she's proud of her home. She's proud of her accomplishment because she did buy that house on her own without any help. And she expects him to be as giddy and be so happy as she is. But do you think he was? And he said the clothes are folded. He said everything is nice. And he said, it is just, it has 4 walls. I said, ooh, wee, Derek. I mean, not Derek, Will. He bout act like Derek. But, I mean, you know, Derek is good. Derek is sweet. But Will don't act. Will is a butthole. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I'm sorry. And then he is acting like it is just a house. And he has no reason to be acting like the way that he acting. And he acts so subtle, so aloof. Now, that's aloof right there. That's aloof, idiotic, all of the above. Because he acting like an idiot. And I'm like, you're going to have to be sensitive with Brittany, okay? Girl Brittany, you're going to have to be sensitive with girl Brittany. Brittany is very, very, very sensitive. And you should know by now. Will, don't piss me off now. You bout to. We get to Rhonda and Pat, a.k.a. Patrick. And he had... her house is so colored and electric. It really is. And she has a lot of clothing and things in her closet. A lot of shoes, too. And then Pat then says, well, I hope you can carve out a space. You know, a space or a place for me. Now, this Rhonda now. You think she finna get all out of content. So, we leave them for a second. Then we get to Megan and Derek. Whew. And then he took a walk. Derek took a walk because he said he took a walk because the dog, he couldn't get no sleep. Okay. And also, he did not get no sleep. Like I just said, he ain't getting no sleep. And then he said that Zoe was barking all night. And I'm like, why he tell her when he gets back at the apartment about her dog? And you know, she a ticking time bomb. I already told y'all. He told her about her dog. And thought that they were, you know, going to walk the dog together. And I'm like, They did agree that they was going to walk the dog together. Excuse me, y'all. They did agree that they was going to walk the dog together. Why he say that, though? And he says that I have, you know, compromised a lot. And she gets snappy. Here she go, y'all. She gets snappy saying, well, I would do it and you don't have to do it no more. I'm going to do it. You ain't got to do it no more. I'm like, ooh, oh, Jesus, Megan. Please, please, please. And then she said she going to do it. And then Derek, please grow a pair. He needs to grow some, like for real, and stand up for himself. She will just walk all over you if you don't say something, please. Then Megan get to snapping again. And I'm like, baby, Derek, please say something. If you don't say nothing, then she gonna keep doing it. And oh my good Jesus, please say something to her to close her big mouth. So we get over to Belinda and Chad. And they are at the range to shoot bow and arrows now. And she said, oh my God. Oh my gosh. I've never shot before. And then they both agree. If it was, you know, decision day today, would they both pick each other, say yes or no? And they both said that they're going to both pick each other. I'm like, she's just a little extra. Chad, if she can deal with you, then you're going to have to deal with her because she real extra. But we getting back to me. Oh, Lord Jesus. We getting back to Megan and Derek. And Derek is dressed like a sequence dancer. And then Pastor Cal shows up to visit Derek and wants to know how he is doing with the dogs. And he asks, what does he respect about her? And he says he respects her humor and he respects her work ethic. I said, God dang, Derek, you ain't got nothing else to say about her. You ain't got nothing else to say about her. Okay, you don't. Gonna have have to get you something else to say about her, okay? I ain't never heard nobody say that. That's the only reason why I said that. Then, ooh, baby, Megan, she was on her way. She was on her way to hit it, and she hit it. Megan then says that one thing he can work on is that he is about how he is with Zoe and how he feels about Zoe. I'm like, girl, shut the hell up, please. Stop it. Then Derek says, if that is how you feel, then say it. Then she says, see, that harsh tone. And I'm like, but baby, your tone is always harsh. His tone wasn't harsh. In my opinion, his tone wasn't harsh. And Pastor Cal said that the posture and all that you're giving Derek. And he wanted Derek to succumb to her and her ego and her humor and how she is and her personality and her ways. I think not. In a real world, absolutely not. And that's when I said, nah, this ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, okay? And Brittany and Will, you know, Mr. Pastor Cal, he stops by. And they are sitting so far apart, just so far apart, talking about it is ups and downs. Now, this is what Will say, it's ups and downs. Then he starts talking about the house, and Pastor Cal tells him that Brittany can take it better than he thinks. And I'm like, no, she can't, Pastor Cal. Shut the hell up. What you talking about? And Pastor Cal then asks Will, does he want Brittany? And then Will look dead in her face. Yes. Then she asks Brittany the same thing. Do you want Derek? And she, yes. It took her a few seconds to say yes. It wasn't immediate. She said yes, though. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to leave it there. Leave it there. Because we're going to get back to Miss Rhonda and Pat. And she gets a visit from Dr. P. Dr. Pia. And she wants to know how things are. Then Rhonda says that she is happy that she has a man that listens and is open to working on things. I'm like, but Rhonda, you got stuff to work on too. Miss 1999, you ain't had a man since 1999 to share your space with. You need to work on that. Get over it and grow up. And then Rhonda then acts like she is perfect, and she is not perfect, okay? And then Dr. Pia asks how things can be fixed. Then she flies off the handle, because she flies off the handle too, cursing and going off. This MF, this MF, that. I'm like, Rhonda, please. Then Dr. Pia is trying to get Pat to bend to the other party. I said, what is wrong with these people trying to get these people to bend? So we get to Miss Brittany, Brittany and Will, and Will says that Brittany says that she realized that there are good things about him. And I'm like, okay, Pound Town Part 2. Here y'all go. And Rhonda, we're getting back to Rhonda, and Rhonda is taking the dogs for a walk. And then that was the end of the episode. And that was not Love and Marriage, absolutely not. But that was Married at First Sight, season 19, episode 6. Gonna go ahead and get this uploaded for y'all here shortly, and then I'll be back with episode 7, the last one of the day. Y'all have a good day until I get this uploaded.